Gary, team showed a lot of fight out there, particularly in that second half, but I imagine you must be really disappointed, particularly the reaction from Saturday's victory.
Yeah, I think that when you've played so well Saturday and you've got the 3 points, that perhaps you'd be concerned that you wouldn't get anything out of the game. For me, at that point, tonight felt like a big opportunity. I mean, sometimes I think the players know that. Does that add a little bit of pressure? Does that make them play a little bit safe? I don't know. It shouldn't. We should have been on the front foot. We should have been full of life, full of running, full of aggression. And I was really disappointed with the first 30 minutes. It just felt a little bit abject. It felt a little bit listless. Fair credit to QPR. They played with a little bit of composure early in the game, but I think we allowed them to do that. And what you've got to do when you get those moments in games, you make sure you don't concede a goal. You know, if we'd have been 0-0 at 30 minutes, 35 minutes, going in at half time, you have the opportunity to change things when it's still level. What you can't afford to do is have to change things and come in at half time 2-0 down at home. You know, I spoke to the players in there. There's not one game this season that away from home we've been given 2 goals in the way that we gave QPR the 2 goals. Again, I'm not taking any credit away from them, but there were 2 really poor goals to concede, and you know, that is hugely disappointing.
Yeah, but as you said, particularly the manner of the goals. In the second half, they did come out with a lot more energy, and when Stan comes on and gets the goal, we're in the ascendancy, and at that point you probably think we're going to come back and at least get something.
Yeah, we changed the system at half time. It was something I thought about even after 30 minutes because I could tell how we started wasn't working. So we flipped to a 5 with Shemi and Stan really high up the pitch and more bodies in midfield. So I thought it worked. It got us on the front foot. It meant that they were pinned back in. It meant that after scoring the goal, like you say, we had a little bit of momentum. What you've got to do then is you've got to keep going. You've got to keep going, not concede another goal. There's always that risk on the turnover. That always happens against any team. But I think at that moment, you just want to see if about 11 minutes to go, we can get one more chance, one more big chance, and conceding the goal takes it away straight away. So yeah, disappointing.
Yeah, and we're almost sort of back to where we were going into Saturday now, and we've got to go away from home and try and get something.
Yeah, I think again we spoke about our away form. You know, we need to step that up. We need to play with a little bit more desire and nastiness. I think away from home at times. You know, what we've done is, you know, if I'm being honest, before the weekend's game, I thought, okay, you know, maybe QPR is going to be a huge game because if we don't beat Sheffield United, we're going to have to win that game. Having won the first game, it then becomes another big game because you think we've got an opportunity to put some distance between the bottom 3. But we haven't managed to do it. We're going to have to do it the hard way again, you know. So, but there's going to be twists and turns. We spoke about that. This is one of the turns that we probably didn't expect. But you've got to earn your luck in this game, and we didn't earn enough tonight. We gave away 2 poor goals. I thought we gave the opportunity of winning the game to QPR. We've got to go to Sheffield at the weekend and put in a big performance.
Yeah, I'm sure whatever happens, we'll all be in it together because the fans, particularly when we got that goal, were excellent, just really trying to push us on. Yeah,
they've done that all the time. You know, I think the first half I expected people not to be too happy with the first half performance. I wasn't too happy myself, you know, so... but they got behind the second half. I thought we had, like we said, we had some good momentum. We were in the ascendancy. And then, you know, we just couldn't quite find that moment. Had a couple of opportunities, Ruben's volley, a couple of other moments. But yeah, and we didn't look as much of a threat on set pieces today. You know, it's very unlike us conceding 2 goals in the manner we did. But, you know, they defended their box with their lives really tonight, and maybe that was the difference.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Joe, a tough result in the end. Just what was your reflection on the match?
Yeah, just a disappointing result, obviously. After Saturday, I thought such a good result, and just disappointing. The lads in there are flat, and it's just annoying really because Saturday was such a good performance coming into tonight. You wanted to put a similar performance in, and for whatever reason, it just didn't happen. Yeah.
You've just come in from the dressing room. Just what was Gary's words to the team after full time?
I think everyone's just frustrated because the start of the game just wasn't good enough. He said that in there. We started so well against Sheffield United at the weekend, and everyone was wanting to put a similar performance in. And I think just the first half was disappointing. I think second half played a lot better, and then the third goal kind of killed it a little bit. Yeah.
And if we can pick out one positive from the game, more minutes for yourself coming back from injury, just how are you feeling yourself?
Yeah, I feel good. Obviously unfortunate for Kieran, and hopefully he's all right. But yeah, some more minutes. Obviously, I've had a frustrating season with injury with my foot, and then coming on, playing against West Brom, and then coming off there. So just happy to be fit. I've been fit for a couple of weeks now, trained, and yeah, just happy that I'm back and able to help the team. Yeah.
Thank you, Joe.
Cheers.